Okay, 5th grade, thanks for sticking with us. Here's our last video for this lesson. Okay, as you can see, the first question was measure the sides. I don't have a ruler or one of those white PSSA rulers handy, and so I'm assuming if you do have a ruler, you probably already measured it. If you don't have a ruler, here's what you can do. I just got a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to measure the sides. So I'm going to measure D and C first. D and C. I'm going to see if that is congruent with A and B. So I'm going to move it up. Yep, A and B match up. So I know D and C are congruent to A and B. Well, what about A and D and B and C? Well, let's take a look. I know it looks like that they probably are. So once again, I'm going to set up my lines. A and D, B and C, A, D, B, C. Let's move it over. Yep, just as I thought. They're congruent too. But are they congruent to each other? Let's take a look. No, no way. A and B are much longer. A and B and D and C are much longer than left and right. So these two, get the 2's. Set this 1 second. So here we can see it. How many of the sides are congruent? Are any of the sides congruent? Oh, yes. How many right angles are there? We don't know. They didn't tell us any, so we have to go with 0. How many pairs of parallel sides, if any, does this quadrilateral have? Well, A and B are parallel. AB is parallel to DC, so that's one set of parallel sides. A and D are parallel to B and C, so that's 2 sets of parallel sides. So what is it? Well, we know it's a quadrilateral. They already told us that. Could it be a trapezoid? Yeah, it is. Because it has at least one set of parallel sides. Could it be a parallelogram? Now think back to what our characteristics are. 4 sides. At least one set of sides are parallel. That's the trapezoid. Does it have 2 sets of parallel sides? Yes, opposite sides are parallel. Are opposite sides congruent? Yes. Top and bottom are congruent, left and right are congruent. So it is a parallelogram. Okay, numbers 2 and 3 are kind of like what we did on the previous page or the previous video. We're going to name it as many ways as we can. So, number 2, it's a quadrilateral. I have at least one set of parallel sides. In this case, I have 2, so it's a trapezoid. I have 2 sets of parallel sides, and the opposite sides are congruent. So I am a parallelogram. Am I a rectangle? Well, I have 4 right angles. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So yes, I am a rectangle. Am I a rhombus? No. Not all of my sides are congruent. Top and bottom are congruent, but they're not congruent to left and right, so I cannot be a rhombus. I also can't be a square then. This one, number 3, I am a quadrilateral. Bottom and top are parallel. Left and right are not parallel. So I only have one set of parallel sides. So I am a trapezoid. It doesn't matter that these are congruent. I only have one set of parallel sides. A parallelogram needs both. Rectangles need both. Rhombus needs everything to be the same. So those are the only 2 for 3. Let's check number 4. Quadrilateral, 4 sides. Top and bottom are parallel, so I know I'm a trapezoid. Left and right are parallel. So I have 2 sets of parallel sides. And opposite sides are parallel. Top and bottom are parallel, left and right are parallel. Are opposite sides congruent? Top is congruent to bottom, left is congruent to right, so yes, I am a parallelogram. What about a rectangle? Do I have 4 right angles? Yep. 2 sets of opposite sides that are parallel and congruent? Yep. I am a rectangle. Am I a rhombus? Are all my sides the same? I am a rhombus. Am I a square? All the sides are the same. I have 4 right angles. I am a square. This one has all 6. Take a look at number 5. 4 sides? Yep, quadrilateral. Do I have at least one set of parallel sides? Left and right are not parallel. They would meet somewhere down here. Top and bottom? Top and bottom are parallel, so yeah, I am a trapezoid because I have at least one set of parallel sides. Parallelogram are opposite sides congruent and parallel. Top and bottom are parallel, but they're not congruent, so I cannot be a parallelogram. I'm done. Let's go to the next one. Quadrilateral? Yep. At least one set of parallel sides? Yep. Here and here are parallel. Here and here are parallel. They're equal distance apart. So yes, I am a parallelogram because they are parallel and the opposite sides are congruent. Am I a rhombus? Opposite sides are congruent. Opposite sides are parallel. And all the sides are congruent to each other. So yes, I am a rhombus. What about a rectangle? Nope, can't be a rectangle. Sorry about that. Can't be a rectangle. I do not have 4 right angles. Can't be a square either. I don't have 4 right angles. Number 7. I know I have 4 sides. I know top and bottom are parallel. So there's my trapezoid. Left and right are parallel. Top and bottom are parallel. Those are opposites. Left and right are parallel. Those are opposites. Are they congruent though? Top is congruent to bottom, left is congruent to right, so yes, I am a parallelogram. Am I a rectangle? No, I'm not. No right angles. Am I a rhombus? No, I'm not. Not all of my sides are congruent. Top and bottom are congruent, left and right are congruent, but they're not congruent to each other. So I cannot be a rhombus. Cannot be a square, I don't have the right angles. So I'm done. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, email me or your teacher and we'll try to do our best to explain it for you. I know that these videos were kind of long this lesson, but this is a very difficult lesson and I want to do a thorough job of explaining it to you. I hope I did that. Thanks guys. Have a good night.